there, Leo. It's Amanda here with your 19 rune scope. As always, I will be using trusty runes to let you know what's going on for the month of in conjunction this month with the beautiful Golden Tarot by Cat Black. And then after the video, this one, please join me over on Vimeo, on channel over there for part 2. I'm going to pull one card from the Ascended Masters Oracle by Doreen Virtue to get some extra spiritual guidance, additional wisdom for the month of April. But let's jump in, Leo, and see what you're going to be up to. And roll. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please do click the little subscribe button. That will ensure that you get updates whenever I upload new videos. And you just log into your account and then hit subscriptions. And the latest videos will pop up for you, so you don't have to go searching for them. All right, Leo. As always, please do keep in mind, these are not private readings. They are general readings for a bunch of lions out there who are watching these videos. If you would like something far more specific, you can get a Skype session with me. My private sessions are $3. Just drop me a line at runescopesforyou@gmail.com. You'll find that email address here in the video and below the video. If you want to set up an appointment with me, I'll be happy to take a look at, your specific circumstances and see what wisdom we can get for you regarding whatever's going on for you personally. You can also watch the video for your rising sign as well, your ascendant. They're the same thing. So if you know what that is, definitely check out that the reading for that sign as well. If you don't know your rising sign or ascendant, just Google birth chart calculator, input your details, and they will tell you. You will need to know your time of birth, though. So let's see, Leo. Got a lot weighted over here. So challenge or focus. We do have the Empress in reverse as the card here, but let me see what the runes here are telling me about this sitch in raw. Well, the Empress in reverse talks about, it can be the ending of something that you took a lot of time to plant, a lot of time to grow. For some of you, I'm sorry to say, this could be the loss of a pregnancy, or getting over a terminated pregnancy. It could have happened, months ago, but it could be a month where, it's particularly challenging for whatever reason. Sometimes we think we're over something and then it can just kind of hit us again at a later date. So some of you, I'm seeing you making the effort to start a new beginning, move on, move forward, but you find that, it just kind of creeps back in role. This does not have to be that. For some of you, it could be having to do with pregnancy or not being able to get pregnant. Could also be a partner who doesn't want children and you do, or you don't and they do. Again, these energies can always work quite a few ways because there are hundreds of people watching. But some of you could just feel like you are doing all the work in a relationship and it's challenging for you to keep doing this. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship or marriage, but it could be. You feel like the other person's not putting in the effort, or they feel that way about you. Again, you have to be honest and, be honest with yourself and decide, am I the one that's feeling that way, or is the partner feeling that way about me? It'll be different for everybody watching, but, yeah, I feel like you are, and maybe some of you have given up on a relationship. Maybe you have stopped putting the effort in because you're just, it hasn't turned out the way you wanted. You haven't gotten the result. You feel like you've tended this garden, you've put all of this energy into this, and it just, unfortunately has not worked out the way that you thought. Again, this does not have to be a romantic relationship. This could be with a family member, with a friend, with a coworker, with a boss. You feel that you are alone in this, though, Leo. It could be one of those situations where maybe you feel like this person is lazy or not putting the effort in. Like, let's take the coworker situation. Perhaps you feel like someone is just, really kind of lazy, kind of useless on the job, but everyone else thinks they're awesome. There can be this element with these runes here, particularly where you're feeling like you're the only one maybe seeing someone clearly. And sometimes that's the case, Leo. Sometimes we are kind of alone in that boat and it takes other people longer. But other times maybe we're seeing someone, maybe we're not seeing everything that someone is doing. Maybe they are working hard when they're not around you. Or maybe they're going through something difficult, and maybe that's why they seem to be withdrawn or not themselves, or a little less enthusiastic about the work, not really invested in it. But yeah, there seems to be something hidden maybe about if you're making a judgment on someone, there's something, there's a reason that they feel this way, but somebody hiding it with Pierre here in reverse. The energy coming into at the end of March going into April, we do have 8 of Coins. So that is a card of mastering your craft, financial stability, a new element coming in. But with the runes here, I mean, this could be a job that, you know, it's like you thought it was one thing going in, but then suddenly they're adding all these other duties to it, or adding more to the job description, and it was hidden from you in the interview. They didn't talk about that. They weren't honest and upfront about this. Could also be a promotion or something that you thought you were going to get, but then it turns out they give it to someone else, or you thought that you would get a certain title or a step up, and while you get more money with the 8 of Coins, there may not be a title change. So there's something going into the role that is not quite on the up and up, or that's still hidden from view. However, the help that's coming in for the month of April, you do have 6 of Coins. So this is generosity, people being generous with you when it comes to, you know, new beginnings. So even if you're hearing at the beginning of April that they'd be leaning towards giving a promotion to someone else, I feel like you are going to get it. But there may just be something hidden about the duties. There'll be something else that you have to take on in order to do this that you weren't aware of. And it may not be your favorite thing. Or it'd be like, yes, you're getting a raise, but you won't get a title change with this. Because money, I feel like people will be very generous with that. You can get a raise in it would seem for you, though, to involve a new beginning, a new job duties. Some of you could be leaving your job, but I feel like for you, this is like you're going for a promotion, or you're going for a change within the company that you already work for, or expanding your own business. Some of you be getting a loan to start a business, and that would be what this, you know, if there are some hidden terms or whatever, or maybe there's an interest rate that you're like, oh, that's too high. You have to renegotiate some things. Just to make sure, we do have some retrograde planets. Venus and Mercury are retrograde in April. I believe Saturn goes retrograde as well. That can sometimes be a help, actually, rather than a hindrance, depending on where you have Saturn. So yeah, it's not the best month to sign off on anything unless you read it through really, really carefully. But we can't always wait. I was telling Aries the same thing. You know, we can't always wait until, 3 weeks later to make a decision. So the thing is, if you have to sign something, just have someone look it over who knows what the terms are, who really understands it. If you don't, Leo, make sure you're not getting into something that is either not what you want or is going to be too much for the pay. But I do feel like you can increase your money in the month of April, Leo. If you are going to figure out a way to get a good loan at a good interest rate, it just may take a little while. And you have to go back and say, no, that's not going to fly, or I don't want this rate. I'm not going to do it at that rate. So put your negotiating cap on here, Leo. Some of you may be leaving a job, but I feel like you're going to be doing this covertly. Like, you're trying to find a way to go on these interviews or go, because I feel like you're negotiating with one company while you're still maybe working for this company that maybe passed you over for a promotion, or that doesn't appreciate the effort that you put in. Maybe they promote the lazy people, or they promote, these people that you don't feel are half as talented or as good as you are at what you do. Now, what must be accepted about, well, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. He is normally associated with water sign energy. He does not have to be a male, could also be a female. And he's generally younger than 5, I would say. So Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer energy. In the reverse, and with Wunyo in reverse, this could be someone who is maybe dealing with some depression. Leo, maybe you are dealing with some depression. Again, going back to this. The Empress card that we were talking about, you could just be finding it difficult to pull yourself out of an emotional hole here. But if it's not you, because this is not your energy, it's generally water sign energy. Could just be coming up, though, to say you're feeling this way, you're taking on these traits. But you could be concerned about your son, your daughter, or someone close to you who is, depressed, not being themselves, not behaving the way they normally do. Some of you feel someone pulling away from you. And, in some cases, maybe it is because the relationship is coming to an end, or you or this other person are thinking about leaving a relationship. Not necessarily one you're in together. Maybe this is somebody that you care about who is thinking about leaving their relationship, and but maybe they're not talking about it, or they're not ready to open up about it. This is just a lot of emotion, and someone who is in a dark place. Something has been disappointing. It didn't turn out. Again, the same kind of energy that the Empress in reverse was talking about. So, it could be you, Leo. But you do have support and gifts coming in, or gifts that are going to be available in the month. So if the month that kind of starts off kind of shaky, or you're not feeling all that positive or sunny or excited, I do feel like many of you have someone you can talk to, either a mother, a mother-in-law, a mother figure, or for many of you, again, maybe, if this is your child, this is your kid, he or she open up to you, but it can take a little bit of prodding. And I think for many of you, this it's like your kid's going through a breakup, and that's why but they're not talking about it. Some of you have a child coming to you saying, this has been an unplanned pregnancy. Whoops, here's what happened. And you, being supportive, but at the same time disappointed. So, that's what I'm feeling for some of you. It's just one of those things, life is happening in a very real sense in that case. And so, yeah, elements of motherhood, because we have Bjork here too, which is also the motherhood rune. So, yeah, motherhood, fatherhood, fertility, those kinds of issues could be surrounding you or someone you're close to in the month of April, and some decisions that have to be made about that. In some cases, maybe it's the decision to, this just isn't going to work for us. We can't have children, or, maybe we should give up the ghost and, move on. Invest our time and focus on making money, create a baby of another kind, a business, or, put all that energy and focus into a creative project, or a new beginning. Some of you are leaving one job for another, but you're doing it behind the scenes. Others of you are leaving one relationship for another, again, behind the scenes. So I feel like somebody, like if you've been doing things, Leo, behind a partner's back, they find out about it in the month of April, because at the end of the month we have Isa, which is the rune of a freeze, separation, divorce, delay around working things out. And you've got this next to the 5 of Cups, which is a card of, crying over what was, crying over spilt milk, focusing on what we don't have rather than what we do have. It's like focusing on the lack. And because it's a Cups card, it's generally emotional in nature. So we've got, yeah, with the Knight of Cups, these two could be related here. So, yeah, I feel like, Leo, if this isn't you feeling this way, it is someone else feeling this way. So, again, these energies can always work both ways. So, Leo, some of you find out that it was your partner that was leaving this relationship and you didn't know it. And that's, you know, needless to say, not going to be the best way to end the month. But this rune, it doesn't have to be permanent. It doesn't have to be a permanent separation. You know, it can just be a delay or a freeze on things until we make some further decisions. But yeah, with all those retrograde planets, the energy could be really kind of wacko and you feel completely differently about what happens by like mid or late May. So, if you can hold off on making any final decisions, like I said earlier, it would be wise. But of course, life happens, right? We can't always do that. You know, I would delay burning any bridges if you can, though, with this rune here. You know, or, you know, if you're the one that you find out someone's been hiding something from you, whether it's details about a new position or a new job, or if they've been hiding things in a relationship. Yeah, I wouldn't call it quits because, I mean, there could be something that could be salvaged. With the Five of Cups, that's the thing. It's like, you know, there are cups spilled, but there are some that remain as well. And you don't want to just knock all of those over because you find next month or in June or something that you want, this can be salvaged, you know, this can be worked out. So yeah, I would not make any final decisions if you can help it, Leo. And see what comes out, because anything hidden will come out, and that's a warning too if you're the one hiding something. You know, someone will find out and be quite disappointed, maybe even to the point of ending something. But they may think it over and come back later, or you might if you find something out, Leo. So just kind of go with the flow and as best you can. But yeah, those of you that are working with money and business, I feel like it's more of just, you know, you got to negotiate, you got to go back and forth. You have to let something go if they won't meet your, you know, what you need. If they won't meet your salary expectations, or if they won't give you the title that you're wanting, I mean, you may have to let something go. Or if you're getting a loan, trying to get a loan, and they're not going to give you an interest rate that you can work with, or if it's variable and not fixed, or something like that, you have to let something go. You know, doesn't mean it's tabled forever, but so yeah, any disappointments in all, they're either not done, there's going to be resolution further down the line, or something better is coming in, and that's why it kind of falls apart. So, but yeah, generosity is available. Support is available for you. There is something new coming in for you. So if it hasn't shown up in roll, it's right around the corner. Maybe when all of these planets go direct. So, Leo, like I said before, join me over on Vimeo. I am going to focus on this Five of Cups and this Empress in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm going to shuffle the Ascended Masters card, and we'll see what further spiritual guidance we can get for you to help you with these kind of emotional cards or emotional energies around in the month of roll. So meet me over on Vimeo. The link again is below. Just tap show more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next month.